They were told it was harmless. They were told it was glamorous. They were told it was the future. In the 1910s and 1920s, radium was a miracle substance. It glowed in the dark. It was put in cosmetics, toothpaste, even health tonics. Doctors praised it. Advertisements celebrated it. And in factories across America, young women were hired to paint watch dials with glowing radium paint. They became known as the Radium Girls. Most were teenagers, bright, ambitious, proud to earn their own wages. At companies like the United States Radium Corporation in New Jersey and the Radium Dial Company in Illinois, they painted tiny numbers onto clock faces using luminous paint made from radium and zinc sulfide. To create sharp, precise tips on their brushes, they were taught a technique called lip pointing. Dip, shape the brush with your lips. Paint, repeat, hundreds of times a day. Supervisors assured them the paint was completely safe. They believed them. In fact, they were told radium was healthy. Some of the girls even painted their nails or teeth for fun, delighted by the eerie glow under dim light. But slowly, something began to go wrong. It started with toothaches, then loose teeth, then unbearable jaw pain. Dentists were horrified. When they tried to remove damaged teeth, entire sections of jawbone came away with them. The condition became known as radium jaw. Bones fractured easily, spines collapsed, anemia set in, tumors grew. The same element that made their work shimmer in the dark was silently destroying them from the inside. And here's the part that makes it even darker. Company executives and scientists already knew radium was dangerous. Researchers handling radium in laboratories wore protective gear. Executives avoided direct contact. But the dial painters, the young women on factory floors, were given no protection, no warning. When the workers became sick, the companies denied responsibility. Medical reports were altered. Causes of death were disputed. Blame was shifted. The women were left to suffer. Before we continue the story, take a moment to imagine being in their place. Young, ambitious, trusting your employer, only to discover the very job that promised independence was slowly killing you. If stories like this matter to you, if exposing forgotten truths matters, consider subscribing to Untold History in 5 and liking this video. Because these are the stories history tried to bury. Now, back to what happened next. By the mid-1920s, the deaths could no longer be ignored. In 1927, 5 gravely ill women from New Jersey filed a lawsuit against United States Radium Corporation. They were so weak they could barely raise their hands to take an oath in court. The companies tried to delay proceedings, hoping the women would die before the trial concluded. But public outrage was growing. Newspapers covered the case. Scientists began speaking out. The story of glowing girls with collapsing bones shocked the nation. In 1928, the case settled. The women received financial compensation and medical coverage. It wasn't justice in full. Many would not live long enough to enjoy it. But it was something even more powerful. A precedent. Later cases in Illinois followed. Courts increasingly sided with workers. The Radium Girls' fight reshaped labor law, proving that corporations could be held accountable for occupational disease. Their suffering changed industrial safety standards. It contributed to the foundations of modern workplace protections. The glow that once symbolized progress had become a warning. Radium would later be used in cancer treatments, but under strict controls. Its dangers were no longer hidden. The Radium Girls did not glow with magic. They glowed with tragedy. And their story endures because it forces us to ask uncomfortable questions. How much is profit worth? Who pays the price for innovation? And how many warnings are ignored until it's too late? These young women never intended to become activists. They simply wanted jobs. Instead, they became pioneers of worker rights. Their bones carried the evidence. Their courage carried the fight. And their legacy still protects workers today. If this story moved you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Untold History in 5. We uncover the strangest, most shocking, and most powerful stories from the past, all in just 5 minutes. And tell us in the comments, should corporate leaders face harsher consequences when they knowingly endanger workers?